A few weeks back, China released data from its once-in-a-decade census. And it wasn't all good news.
普查数据也反映出，我国人口发展中面临着一些结构性矛盾，老龄化程度加深，总和生育率下降，出生人口数量走低等。
In fact, population growth in China is slower now than in any other decade since the 60s. This hasn't come as a huge surprise. China's government has been trying to raise the birth rate for years.
提倡按政策生育，一对夫妻可生俩。
In 2016, the one-child policy was scrapped, allowing couples to have up to 2 children. But since then, the numbers have continued to drop. Some people thought the pandemic might lead to a baby boom with people stuck at home, but that didn't happen either. And the birth rate is likely to keep falling, as demographers estimate that the number of women of childbearing age is declining by about 5 million every year. Oh yeah, and marriage rates are falling too. So what's going on? Why aren't people taking the opportunity to have a second child? Well, lots of reasons.
The cost of childbearing, including the opportunity cost of women who actually in the childbearing age.
Now young people, they want to get more education, they want to travel, and all those have a considerable impact on their fertility desire.
A lot of people just aren't having kids at all. Marriage and parenthood aren't as inevitable as they used to be. What people want from their lives is changing. But for economists, all of this points to a demographic crisis on the horizon. And the government is really keen to get people married and making babies. Some provinces have started offering baby bonuses, like housing allowances and healthcare subsidies. There have also been some weirder initiatives, like the Communist Youth League organising massive speed dating events. If you cringe at the thought of your aunties and uncles meddling in your love life, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want party bureaucrats involved either. Yet, while officials are pushing marriage and babies in some quarters, the state's family planning system still punishes those who have children without a permit, such as unmarried women, lesbian mothers, and until now, anyone who had a 3rd child. Parents are pressured to abort, or they can face heavy fines and even being fired and banned from public sector jobs. And reports have emerged of forced contraception and sterilisation targeting ethnic minorities. Many would like to see the family planning bureaucracy abolished entirely, as well as more support for parents beyond the current maternity leave benefits.
For example, paid parental leave, not only maternity leave, but parental leave. So the woman would not feel they pay the price for having, second child. And the other thing is affordable childcare.
Others have advocated for China to allow unmarried people access to assisted reproductive tech. Currently, you need a marriage license and family planning permit to freeze your eggs or have IVF treatment. To be honest, none of these policies are likely to make a huge difference to birth rates, because China's not alone here. In most affluent countries, the fertility rate has been falling and falling, despite different welfare policies. Like South Korea, Singapore, Thailand, and Finland. They've all seen fertility plummet. In fact, some people question whether China's notorious one-child policy even made a dent on birth rates. Guess when the policy came into effect? Officially, it started in September 1980. That's right, the birth rate actually climbed after it was implemented, and most of the drop-off had already happened in the decade before. So there's a good chance nothing will really lift birth rates that much, because small families have become the norm, and that's part of a deep cultural and social shift. In the past, having kids was a sort of social security. You raised them up and hoped that they would take care of you in your old age. Now, we need other ways of looking after each other.